But going back to this question of Christ as God, which is the big sticking point, I think, for Jews, and I think it's right there from the first century, which meant certain Jews just would not follow this faith. In the Old Testament, if one finds that in Jewish writing today, looking at how Jews were, how they saw their monotheism in the early centuries, it wasn't as Jews see it today. It isn't as Muslims see it. It's a more complicated monotheism. Throughout the Old Testament, you have the angel of the Lord in Joshua and Judges, and it said when you look on the angel, you're seeing God. Or when the angel speaks, it interchanges between the angel and God speaking. In Genesis, same thing. So you have a complex monotheism, but monotheism nonetheless, but it fits quite well with the idea that this is not Unitarianism, which modern rabbinic Jews and Muslims are. And it's not me saying this so much, it's modern Jewish writers who look at early Jewish theology.
Yeah, but I mean, if you take the burning bush, for instance, when God spoke to Moses through the burning bush, we know that the bush was not God. He was just using the bush as an object to speak to Moses.
Oh yes, that's true.
So it would be the same with the angel. The glory of God is one thing, and God is another thing. Just as Moses said on Mount Sinai, "Show me your glory." To God. And God said, "You cannot see me basically and live, but I'll pass by. You just hide in the rock with a cleft. I'll pass by. You'll see the back of me." So the glory of God is, in a sense, a separate entity to God Himself.
God is not
a separate entity to God Himself. The glory is one thing. God is another thing.
Okay. So we're already seeing a more complicated monotheism than the strict Unitarianism the Muslims would espouse, or the Unitarianism of the so-called Unitarian Christians today.
I don't know too much about Islam and what they believe. They actually believe you cannot even have a relationship with God, as far as I understand. Is that correct?
Well, I don't disagree with you. It seems to be the case.
Whereas Judaism, we say yes, you can have a relationship. Basically, what Judaism is saying is that we don't need a middleman. Unlike Christianity, you have to go through Christ. You can't go directly to the Father, correct?
Well, we don't go directly to the Father, no.
But we can.
Except we can say, we pray the Our Father that Jesus taught us, which is a prayer direct to Him. So we can go to Him in a sense, but we actually get fellowship with Him through Christ alone. That's where Protestants get wrong our belief in Mary. We don't get fellowship with God through Mary. Mary can introduce us, bring us in that direction, but we only get fellowship with the Father through Christ. Now for Jews, of course, the prophets were central to building a relationship with God, and the temple, the priesthood, essential. Jews have more in common with Catholics with Protestants, because if one thinks about First and Second Temple Judaism, there's that clear parallel between the Catholic approach to God and the Jewish approach to God. Today, of course, it's Rabbinic Judaism, again, which, as I said at the beginning, is a bit different. But I think that there's plenty for Jews to chew on between now and the coming of the Messiah, because I think he'll either be yours and we'll be wrong, or he'll be ours vindicating what we say, but it ain't going to be decades and decades away.